Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Doug Tech Talks. Tonight we're here with my friend Doug Jenkins. Now, Doug has a show on the Big Z, and it's all about racing. What kind of racing you guys doing over there? I mean, you just any kind of racing at all, dirt or?
Well, my wheelhouse is the dirt tracks. I've been announcing the dirt tracks for 30 years, so that's my area of expertise. But we try to cover a little bit of everything. We are an affiliate of the IndyCar Radio Network, so we bring a handful of IndyCar races to the listeners each year, including the one at Gateway, which is coming up in late August. So we like to do a little bit of everything.
Good. So, okay, guys, listen. Tonight, our sponsors, AP Cigar. Go over there and see Mike Weller. Get you a cigar. He has the best on the block. If you're not getting them from Mike, you're getting them at the wrong place. Also, Mr. Taillight, Steve Dempsey, Edison, Ohio. If you need car parts for your body on your van, truck, car, taillights, headlights, you need to be talking to MrTaillight.com. Call Steve Dempsey up, numbers at the bottom of the screen, give him a holler. He'll take care of you every time. And last but not least, woo! Patriot Beard Supply, baby. These guys are awesome. They got everything for your beard needs. They even got this black bar soap. They say it's for your face. I don't know. I've been using it for 6 months. They don't look no better. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Listen, he's got some great stuff over there. Numbers at the bottom of the screen. Give him a call. Don't miss out. If you're not getting your beard supply at Patriot Beard Supply, just like if you're not getting your cigars from Mike Wellner, you're getting them at the wrong place, man. Come on, get with the program. It's you. I'm talking to you. Don't look away from me. I'm talking to you. All right, now we get back to Doug Jenkins here. So, a lot of times we get people on the show, and it's a car show. We talk about usually buying and selling used cars, and what to expect and what to look for when you're buying a used car. What to expect to pay in this market that we're in. But every once in a while we get a treat. We get somebody special on. We get to talk about other stuff. So we start at the top of the list and work our way down. So obviously, what was your first car?
First car I bought or the first car I inherited?
Ooh, that's a good one. How about first car that you inherited? Because that would probably be one that was earlier.
It was. When I turned 16, my mom had no use for her Plymouth Fury 3. It was a 1973 model. Had the police motor in it, and the fender wells in the trunk were rusted out. And man, that thing was fast. I mean, I got it out on Seminary before they put that stop sign up there on Union School Road, and I was going faster than I want to admit right now, and the thing just shook and shook and shook. Also, I had a fun little incident in Alton driving home from a grocery store one day. I mentioned the fender wells in the trunk had rusted out.
Right.
Took a turn a little bit too fast on a rainy day, and apparently the detergent fell out of the trunk in that turn because I got home and it wasn't there, so I went back to the intersection where I suspected it may have been, and sure enough it was there, but being a rainy day the intersection was now spick and span. It was just full of soap. So that was that.
I think everybody has their 16-year-old stories that goes along with something just like you talked about. Some mishap, something you didn't expect to happen. I was driving a car and telling my friends how cool my car was, and your car sucks, and mine's great, and yours is no good. And it was a 73 Pontiac Grand Am, and I just loved this car. And as I turned the corner, it just died.
Oh.
And it had nothing. No electrical, no nothing. Turned out underneath the car when we got it towed back to the house, the main wire going to the starter for the battery had rubbed in half on the frame and broke. Now, what kept it from burning my car completely to the ground, I still to this day don't know. But we got another battery cable, put it on there, and we were back in business. But I never lived that one down with my friends about how great this car was. And like as soon as the words were coming out of my mouth, it dies. It just coasts off to the side. I thought,
perfect timing.
I need help pushing my car. That's so great. So, what was your first car on your first date? What were you driving?
On my first date?
Yeah.
That car.
That car, the same car?
Yeah.
So you kept this thing a while.
Oh no, I just started dating shortly after.
Shortly after
Yeah.
that. Well, you got wheels. Now it's time
Yeah.
to date. That's the thing.
Exactly. Nobody has to cart me around. I can do what I want.
So, you're in the car on a date.
Mm-hmm.
What's playing on the radio?
Oh, probably Shooting Star.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You better hang on for your life tonight.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. Hang on, because you might go out the trunk where the
Well,
holes are.
they were bench seats, so unless you were buckled in, you were sliding all over.
Sliding all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, that is. So now, where was your first? What made you say, you know what? I feel like I want to do something in dirt cars, and I don't have enough money to buy a dirt car. I think I'll talk about dirt cars on the radio.
Well, I grew up a mile from Godfrey Speedway.
Okay.
So that was always part of my life. In fact, my mother was born in the house that used to sit next to Godfrey Speedway. It wasn't part of the property, but it was right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
We had other family that lived across the street from it. So we'd go up there, we'd have a place to park, and I knew Kevin Goss, driver of the Triple Nickel.
Okay.
And he was the guy that I'd root for. Turns out, as I put more years under my belt, I found more guys to root for, some to root against as a young man.
Right.
Before you know that everybody out there is just busting their backs to try and get a car out there. And I've come to appreciate each and every one of them over the years. But you have to have the guy with the white hat and the guy with the black hat.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, that's great drama, and I think that's something that's missing in racing today, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. When I realized that I was not going to have the money to actually race, I don't know, maybe freshman in college at that point, and I was already taking radio classes at WLCA out in Godfrey.
Oh, okay.
And Mike Greeth, who was the instructor out there, was kind enough to give me a half hour to do a radio show called The Winner's Circle.
Okay.
And Bob Stanton and Bill Tucker were my first two sponsors. Bob was running an insurance agency at the time, Bill Tucker with Allwork Hamlin Chevrolet. So I jumped into the broadcasting business thanks to those two gentlemen, and I will always be grateful to them for that.
That's awesome.
I tried getting a car together at one time. I bought one of John Stanton's old street stocks and quickly realized that when I had the time to do it, I didn't have the money. When I had the money, never had the time. So I wound up selling my car to Wade Glover, who wound up putting it together for Denny Bell, if I'm not mistaken. And it raced for a week or two over at St. Charles Speedway, and not sure what happened to the car after that, but that was my one and only attempt at putting a race car together, and then just decided I'd concentrate on the announcing.